welcome back to Aftermath, Part 1, Episode 32. Where we left off was a little while ago, because I think we skipped a week. You guys were doing some things, and somebody who is, not me. Want to do a review? No? Recap, maybe?
This is RPG review.
Rick, recap.
No, why?
Because you volunteered.
She spoke.
So basically we went into...
And he cut out.
What?
Did you cut out for anyone else, or was that just me?
Yeah, no, you cut out Rick.
Yeah, so yeah, basically we went into Avril. Fuck off, net cable. Yes, we fucked around. Half of the party did drugs. We tried to get into the cloud district, not the cloud top district. It failed, and now we got a different plan, and that's it. So far, I think, right? Oh yeah, and we were talking about those rides of power.
Yeah.
Last I checked, things went horrible with that.
I don't think, horrible is how you put it.
I think I'm pretty good.
I am concerned. I am the concerned.
I wasn't here when that conversation happened, so...
They finally convinced Felix to do drugs.
Oh, excellent.
That's not quite how that works.
Right?
Felix performed the right... Well, Coghammer performed it for him, but he performed the rite of green power, which is the same one for that you guys have all done before, on Felix.
And I got a special feat thingy. I get to cast a ranger spell once per day.
Awesome.
It's sort of like a innate spell. Yeah, and
At third level.
I believe Coghammer got one as well.
Coghammer did get one. However, Coghammer didn't have enough enough green crystals to complete the ritual, so he just supplemented half of them with red crystals.
Oh no.
So, he got a wizard hit die, as you do. He learnt an additional cantrip from the sorcerer spell list, which he can now cast at will. He also got two spells from the sorcerer spell list of 6th or 7th level. You can cast these once per day by expending a 3rd level slot if it's 6th, or a 4th level if it's 7th. He doesn't learn them, and he can't cast them any other way. They don't count towards his spells known. When he casts these empowered spells, he must make an intelligence saving throw with a DC equal to your spell save DC plus his proficiency bonus. On a failed save, he gains a level of fatigue and takes damage equal to the level of the spell times his proficiency bonus.
would you mind sending me my exact wording of mine again?
Yeah.
Would you mind? Yeah.
It's in chat voice. Right. Looks like we've just lost the Burskill again.
Oh no, I don't think we're gonna get him back. That's fucking magnificent margin. That's plane shift. Oh my god.
No, it's not, because it's sorcerers.
Ah.
There's like way less spells.
Yes, there are.
I just realised. I'm in the...
Basically, I get to cast Sapphire Strike once per day.
Or a good spell.
Hmm?
Yes, you can. Is that 3rd level? Is that lower?
Sapphire Strike, that's first.
Okay, well you cast it at 3rd, if that makes a difference.
Doesn't.
Oh.
It just makes it so that way I have... Well, the important thing is that my movement speed is doubled.
No, that's
And I deal 1d8 points of force damage additionally.
fair. On one attack.
Never. Yeah, on a attack.
One.
Yeah, but I'm a rogue. I don't have extra attack.
It's one attack during the entire minute duration of the spell.
Could have sworn it was multiple.
So
No,
the Sauriv
Zephyr
totally
Strike
looks
sucks.
like brain death.
Alright, I might change that later on then. I couldn't really figure out a good one.
Yeah, unfortunately Zephyr's Strike would be really good if it wasn't for that. During a
But it's
minute.
a first level spell, so it's still really good.
It's good for 1st level, but
I
Just
should
gonna-
get another spell for this. I should
It's
get like
not
a
good
3rd
for
level
a-
spell
for
or
a rogue.
something.
Really. Because they can just use a bonus action to get this cage anyway.
I mean, while you move, it doesn't. You don't provoke opportunity
Attack
attacks.
opportunities?
That's
Yeah,
that's
which
pretty
is-
decent.
Great,
Yeah,
except he's a
that's
rogue, so he
pretty
basically doesn't most of the
Yeah.
time. Either way, mechanics
That's not great.
thingy aside, until you cast the spell, I'll sort of let you change it for now, if you want to.
Thanks.
So, I believe you guys made your way downstairs, met up with yourselves. Wow, I nearly brought up fucking NPCs from the other game, because I'm an idiot.
We met up with ourselves.
Well, I was about to say you met up with fucking Sai and Emerald, and I'm like, wait, wrong campaign.
Aha! She's alive!
You'll find out. But
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
our other campaign. So you met up downstairs, had breakfast, set about for the day, and I believe after doing the rites of power, we. What else did you guys do? There wasn't particularly too much. You were pretty much just waiting for midday, if I remember correctly, when you were supposed to meet the
Yeah.
the people who would get you into the Cloudtop district.
Mm-hmm.
With the meeting Felix arranged. Okay. So I guess we'll start there then. Midday rolls around. Eventually, you find yourself inside of the tavern, whose name I... Nope, got my notes again. It's the Weary Tankard, that was it. You find yourselves sitting inside the Weary Tankard, at a table big enough for all of you, plus 2 more. You see a pair of men come in sort of pretty typical dark robes with some, effectively scarves that they could pull up to cover their faces if they need be. Each carrying a rapier at their side. Generally shifty looking kind of guys come in. One of them has a brief word with the barkeep, who sort of nods in your direction. The barkeep slips him a gold coin, and the two of them head on over to where you two are. Where you 5 are. I can't count. And they simply sit down on the other side of you. On the other side of the table from you. As they approach, it's pretty obvious that they're both humans, from what you can tell. In fact, they look almost identical, but not quite. One of them has slightly sort of longer hair. It's kind of shorter at the front and then gets longer at the back. It's a bit of a mess, really. And he has a large scar across the left side of his cheek, whereas the other one doesn't, and is sporting one hell of a beard.
Hello there.
Hey up, says Beardy. But, so, oh yeah, but yous are looking to get places you're not supposed to be.
What? I say, just looking around. Nah, we just happened to misplace our invite.
Sure. So, simple things, really, simple things. What exactly is it that you is doing? Because I wouldn't be wanting to, how do you say it? Wouldn't be wanting to encourage violence, you know? But,
Just look over to the rest of the group and say, none of us are going there to cause violence. I don't. Hey, big guy, you weren't planning on it, right? You say, kind of looking back at Sauriv.
Wait, what?
You're not going to start a fight, are you?
I mean, depends who's asking.
He's not going to start a fight.
Sorry.
I mean, well, if somebody comes in
He's not going to
a
start a
little
fight.
shifty, then I might, but not gonna look for one.
I'll make sure it doesn't start a fight.
that's good, that's good. So, what is it that you're exactly wanting to be doing? And why is it that we should be attacking you?
We were looking into something about the royal family. Apparently, we got a letter that wasn't intended to get to us, so we were hoping to get it to whoever it goes to. And just, to be plainly honest, just go around and shop some. Nothing fancy.
He looks at you with this sort of very disbelieving face.
I'll roll a. I'll roll a. I guess I can roll a.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it deception or is
Yeah,
it
it's probably a deception.
or persuasion? I mean persuasion or deception. I have the same modifier.
Then just roll it.
Oh, for the
Oh,
love of
no.
goodness!
Yeah. I'm sure you are. And, what is it in particular that you'd be buying? You couldn't just walk in there and buy, if you're being quite so fancy.
I don't know.
I see.
It's kind of window shopping, dude.
I see.
Well, we really just wanna love to look around and visit some of those really fancy shops. Can I roll a deception?
Well, you see,
Nah.
if it's a fancy place,
Oh, go on, I
then
got a high
surely
modifier
there's-
for it. Never gonna use it.
If it's a fancy place, then surely there's going to be fancy stuff. We want to see the fancy stuff.
Yeah, I want a little crown. Fits me.
Yeah, it's hard to get halfling crowns, you know.
He looks at you guys. Well, I'm sure I need not tell you that there's very little in the way of shops up there. I mean, this is the shopping area, but I suppose there are a few. Well, whatever. We want 10% of your profit.
I'm sure you gentlemen are well acquainted anything's a shop if you have the right price and know how the door opens.
Indeed. As said, whatever it is you're planning to rob, we want 10%.
Sure.
We aren't planning on robbing anything.
Like, we're robbing something.
It's
We
more of an
are.
improvised robbery
What?
sort of thing. We're not
We're not planning on robbing anything.
Felix, you're making us look bad, look cool in front of the cool people.
I just like look over to him and just kind of like roll my eyes.
I'm gonna smile back at the two people.
They kind of look at you like they absolutely are not buying this.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to look as inexperienced for robbery as possible with my fancy sparkly mask around my neck and my green silver lining. Yeah, it'd be great.
Look, we're not planning on stealing anything, so you won't be able to get 10% of anything of that nature. But if you want a flat fee for us to be able to get in there, we can work on a flat fee.
Flat
And trust
fee.
me,
Hmm, interesting.
you know, pay one time, get it out of the way sort of deal.
Yes. A flat fee for access to one of the most coveted regions of the city. And might I ask why?
Already
Don't intend on
said
coming
my
back?
as I mean, as far as we're aware of, we aren't intent on coming back with anything else other than ourselves.
I see.
Look, buddy, we ain't going in there on a job. We ain't going in there to steal shit. We just want to go in to get some questions, some answers to some questions we have. We ain't doing anything for money. We're just trying to get in there to answer some questions.
Very well. Very well.
And if we do end up stealing anything, I just kind of shrug, then we'll work out a cut. I'd say 15% since we did say we were going in there without... Since we did say we were going in there without stealing anything, but then we did end up stealing anything. So if we do steal something, you can have 15%.
Well, that's fair. Alright. We can get you in. But the door is yours for 2,000 gold.
Start
Presume I-
counting on my fingers for a while.
I'm gonna lean over to Sauriv about like 30 seconds. That you don't have that many fingers. Just don't worry about it.
What?
Sauriv,
2,000 gold is what
you
they
do have
said?
a tail you can count on.
I lean back. Well then, that's a no deal.
Well, if we're so quick to fold, I suppose we'll take our leave.
Well,
I'm sure we can negotiate something lower. We can, you know, do
I
some
mean-
window shopping for you if you'd like.
No.
I just kind of look over to Pandal like, you're stealing my thing. Like, this is the direction in which I was going to take the conversation, you asshole.
Grin
No,
back.
we don't need the inexperienced fools to try and do work for us. That's not quite how this goes.
Look, he may be the fool, but I ain't.
If you're attempting to negotiate, a counter-offer is usually a good idea.
How long has this conversation been going on? Because Sauriv spent some time counting on his fingers, correct?
I'd say it's been going on for about 2 or 3 minutes.
Cool. Can he roll an insight check, please?
20.
Oh, he's charmed by me. Thank you, diplomat. Just when you thought I'd forgotten, I took it.
Hey, look,
2
it finally
levels
came
later.
up.
It did, and I'm so proud of myself. I mean, we are. As much as I joke, Felix here is really quite experienced in the field. I'm sure we would, as I said, 15% cut would be, I'm sure, more than amicable.
And what exactly are you looking at then?
Well, as I said, we're sort of improvisational. We'll work it out once we get there. How can we window shop if we can't see the windows?
Very well. A flat fee for the uncertainty. Let's say 200. It's but pocket change.
Yeah, that's more along our line.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Start counting again.
I have 10 platinum on me. If you guys...
I put in another 10.
Alright, that's all of my platinum.
Very well.
I think I have quite a bit, so.
Milder dose? And the other guy kind of leans forward. If you guys put it on the table, we'll take it. And basically just glances at it, like looks in each bag and closes them. It's all there. Very well. Follow me. And
Alright.
the guy stands up. Shortly followed by his slightly shorter counterpart, the other one, who so far hasn't really said anything. And he leads you out of the tavern. And as they step out into the daylight, their clothes just shimmer, and they look like poor merchants as they enter into the broad daylight. And
Felix, that's...
Right.
Oh, sorry.
they begin to lead you off towards the merchant square. And then they...
Felix, that wasn't all...
Sorry, go on.
like Felix, that wasn't all your money, was it? Right?
I got a few more things of gold on me.
I hand him 10 platinum.
No, I can handle until then.
I'm
You
sure
sure?
there was no other way.
Who are you asking that to,
mean-
Coghammer?
Just anyone around me.
Sure.
Like, not the criminal guys.
If you wanted to, we could try and go, and we could have tried and gone through the sewers ourselves, and I may have been able to pick up on thieves' camp, but to be honest, part of the reason we're going at it for this signal is to make sure that we don't step on any local criminals' toes.
Well, I guess just made a deal with them.
The 10%
Yeah.
of the original price. I think we're doing pretty well for
I mean,
ourselves.
stepping on people's toes would make Pandal a lot taller.
Not by much. You'd be surprised how small toes are when you try and stand on them.
I mean, depends on whose toes you're standing on.
Very true.
Wait, Pandal has toes? I thought he just had stubs to the end of his legs.
Yeah, I lost my shins and below in a tragic accident. Probably before you were even born.
Did you step
so-
on your loot?
You did? Oh,
Oh yeah, it's the razor sharp strings on a lute. They carved
your
clean
feet
through my bone.
loot?
Yeah, I don't actually have any feet. Look, and I'm gonna cast a major image on my legs to make them look like stumps.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, you cast Major Image and
Try to do it stealthy. 16 stealthy.
very stealthy. Passive perceptions,
I think
guys.
that beats main passive. Yeah, that
my
beats mine.
passive
Hey.
for what's my passive for hearing? Hold on.
Plus
It's
5.
somatic components, so
Wait, that's +5.
plus 5 is for with
Oh,
advantage.
yeah, +5. So it's 17 for hearing, 12 for
So
seeing.
yeah, it's somatic.
Does it have?
components, yeah.
Does it have? No. Does it have verbal?
Oh, yeah, it has somatic, verbal, and material. So
Okay, then yeah, you might hear it mutter something.
yeah. Sorry.
I don't.
I'm surprised I never told you. I've never had any. I'm surprised you haven't noticed before.
That seems like something I would have noticed. You're my
I mean-
buddy.
Yeah, I know, but you're like. Maybe you just can't see. You're just so high up in the clouds all the time. You're thinking so big. You just can't. You don't. Doesn't matter. It's not important. I'm still me. You're still you. What matters?
The fact that you don't have bloody feet, that's pretty important.
I'm still walking fine. I've
Sorry,
learned in the
that's
day.
why he's so.
Oh.
That's why he's so short.
Oh. Are all halflings like that then?
Oh
Yeah.
no, only some.
That's how halflings are made.
You just take a person and
You chop the feet off.
chop the
Yes.
feet off.
Yeah, it's common practice.
Oh. All right, I'll have to try that next time.
You do that in Ovlock Savages.
You know, fuck.
Next person I meet that pisses me off.
Oh, you could turn
Guess
it into
what
a
happens to
halfling.
them?
Oh god.
Turned into a halfling.
So, the two.
Aren't there halfling lizard folk?
Maybe soon.
I mean, there's the old ones where they get like really bendy in the back, I guess.
You mean the tiny lizards?
No, I mean the elders.
Who are the elders?
They've got like they're bloody old, so they've got like the back's dead. Walking about with sticks and stuff. Still hurts when they hit you though.
So, you then? You're an elder?
What, me? No,
Yeah.
I'm a youngin. No, no.
You sir,
only-
you're always walking around like holding a weapon or something in your hands.
Yeah, I'm swinging it though. Not using it to
Yeah, wouldn't they swing it?
fucking
Wouldn't the elders swing their sticks and whatnot?
sometimes.
I mean, very rarely though, because I've never seen a short person swing any kind of weapon. Isn't that right, Coghammer?
Huh?
Oh, don't worry about it. He's old. He can't hear us.
I'm not
This is
old.
that thing we say in Dutch.
Oh, that's
Look
it.
what you doof. You turned
The
deaf.
elders are like slightly bigger Coghammers.
Oh,
So, much bigger Pandals then.
Much bigger Pandals.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pandal.
No, it's okay. I've learned to live with my disability, Sauriv. It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry
I
about it.
feel so bad for taking the piss out your height before.
No, it's my most charming feature.
Surely they sell some stilts around here somewhere.
That's why I haven't looked. Mate, do you think I should invest?
Yeah.
I'll consider it. I'll certainly
Pick
consider
up Pandal.
it. Hard to buy stilts with stumps, though.
either way, what's done is
Wait.
done. You need to get through with it, and above all else, we just need to make sure we don't die.
Guys, for some reason I have this attack.
What?
Mold Earth, and it does 19 lightning damage.
I think you might have broken something there, Rick.
Probably broke something. I'm not surprised. By the way, are you recording, Yargon?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear you doing intro.
Yes, it was just good. By which I mean it was
Oh,
awful.
that's-
Did it
Ah,
start
s-
with so? I didn't hear.
No.
Catchphrase. Yargon.
Yes.
That's why we didn't catch it.
Thank you all.
Why do I have the cantrip Mold Earth, which does 2d8 plus 5 lightning damage?
The two gentlemen that you are following lead you from through the market square, sort of hollering at other merchants to get the fuck out of the way as they walk past, as if they're important. And the two of them sort of lead you through into one of the side alleys, and they turn down like 3 different side alleys before eventually coming to a small door, essentially, in what appears to be a dead-end wall. Beyond which lies what you could best describe as a tavern, without any people, any booze, or basically anything in it. It kind of looks like someone took a tavern that was closed and had no alcohol in it, and then took all the seats out and just left the tables and the bar. And as you walk into this slightly weird room, there's a door on the far side as well, which looks suspiciously fancy. And as the guy walks over, he takes out a key from a thing around his neck, which you see as he sort of pulls it out of his robes. As they walk in out of the sunshine, their clothes sort of shimmer back to what they used to be. And the guy takes this key, unlocks the door. Right, it's down here. Keep going. Left, right, I think. Yeah, then the stairs on the left. After that.
Left, right, left.
Left, right, and stairs on the left.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, right. Okay.
Are you sure you've got your directions right? So we're going left, then right. Okay.
He
Well,
sort
you
of
could have made a more efficient system.
He sort of shrugs. No idea. Go on then. You going or what? The door's only open for a certain time.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so you best get going then.
I step in.
Yep, I will step in as
Okay.
well.
So you guys head on into this, the chamber which lies beyond. It's a small corridor that leads sharply down. It appears to be pretty rough-hewn, just made of very, like carved almost from the rock itself. It's a very much like roughly carved out of the rock. And he watches you all go in and closes the door behind you, and you hear a lock. At which point you realise there is no light in here. You're in the dark, in a stairwell.
I'm gonna pull out a torch.
Okay. You pull out a
I'm
torch.
just gonna see in the dark.
I also have like dark vision, but yeah.
I don't think Pandal does.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast light with my little ring on my ring. So it's
Okay.
glowing.
Okay.
Your ring begins to glow. Sauriv is holding an unlit torch, a bit uncertainly. You...
Oh, alright then. I'll put it back. But he's the only one that needs it, so.
You see, as I said, it's a pretty rough-hewn, just corridor that just descends down into the earth. If you follow it along, I assume. Eventually it sort of flattens out. Maybe it's hard to tell, but maybe 300 to 400 feet down it flattens out. As it sort of spirals round a bit, and you're no longer sure which direction you're facing, but you do know the wall has been curved in both directions as you go down. Gently, not much. You eventually come to this sort of corridor, which it leads off. It comes onto, actually, sorry. Going both ways. One to the left, one to the right. Still no light. Just sort of a plain system of corridors.
Guess we go left.
Okay. You take the left passageway. You walk for 5, 15, 20 minutes, before eventually you come to another doorway that leads off. This one appearing to be a set of stairs that go up. If you take that, it's off to the left.
Yeah, left again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You take those.
Wasn't it right?
No, it's left.
Sure. I thought he said right.
I'm pretty sure.
No, Akane's right because she knows what we're doing.
You sure?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a Akane.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
That's rude.
I mean, she learned from your Matthias friend, and he's a librarian, so I imagine she has some good note taking.
Either.
It's also very true.
Oh,
He was.
I mean, he wasn't the nicest person when I first met him, but I didn't want to say anything. Especially
he
since
was-
not
he
too
was a
long
bit of
after
a
I
dick.
met him, he kind of sacrificed himself so that way you guys could get back here.
Oh yeah, he did some good stuff, but he was mostly a dick.
Well, that's
He had his moments.
Fucking too.
Well, then again, all of us can be dicks. Anyway, I guess we'll go to the right then. And I start heading towards the right.
the right.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
We'll
sure.
like try and steer Sariv's head.
Oh,
So on his shoulders. On
sorry, that one.
Other right.
This
Yeah.
way, I say going left.
You okay? You head up this.
Someone move me.
Yes, because your
No.
microphone was playing up.
Oh.
Okay, I
I
didn't
think
know.
it still is. Yeah.
Yeah, it still is. You head up this stairway up to the right, and off to the. After about 30, 40 feet, it's not particularly tall. You eventually come to a sort of crossroads type room. It has 8 separate hallways heading off of it. One directly right, one directly left, one directly in front of you, and one sort of directly in between each of the other ones. It's an octagonal room with a door leading out of each wall. I should have said that.
I guess we should go directly right. Probably.
Yeah. It was the right, wasn't it? I think
Yeah.
it was. Yeah. Go to the right then. I guess.
Okay, so you take the directly right door, and as you lead off, the passageway begins to get narrower and narrower and narrower, before eventually it begins to sort of narrow down into far too small for you to possibly continue to walk. And just as you think that you might have to turn back, Sauriv, you're almost having to bend over double at this point. Just as you guys begin to think that you might have to turn back, a very small doorway appears on the left-hand side, with a set of stairs leading up. And about 5 feet
this
above
might be it.
where the stairs go, there's a ladder that leads on upwards from there.
I think we should go up there. Maybe. Let's go up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna head in. If I can.
Okay, so, well, you can't get past people. It's far too small. But as everyone makes their way eventually up the stairs, up to sort of where this ladder is, and where the ladder is, obviously you can stand up, and you begin making your way up the ladder. It's 50 feet up, 50, 60. It's a pretty tall ladder. Except obviously it's buried underground, so maybe it's not, you know. And you eventually come to a sort of a grate on the top, through which it looks like maybe water drains down into here. And you can see a street above you, a sort of alley by the look of it. Doesn't look like there's anyone in it, and you'd appear to be like at the end of a back alley.
If it doesn't look like anyone's in it, I want to get out.
Okay, yeah, you just push the grate and it comes away easily enough. You climb out into the sort of into the Cloud District, and you take stock of your surroundings. There's a lot of very nice buildings around here, houses and other things. You're not quite sure what they are. You can't really tell from being in a back alley, maybe. But each one appears to be extremely intricate and ornate, just all over in general. It's the kind of place where a politician might live.
Which is very fancy. Oh, I've never seen no fancy place like this before. Is this where you came from? I've just whispered to Akane.
No, Yosa wasn't like this, I guess.
Some parts were.
Uh,
Not that you really remember Yosa.
Yeah. No, not really.
Oh. Okay. Let's go this way. Just go in a random direction, I suppose.
Okay.
Go through.
Should we
head out.
try?
You head out into the street,
Yeah, sorry.
and you appear to be on one of the roads, not too far from the gate. You can kind of see it away around the corner.
Let's not get too close to the gate.
Up the other way, you can see
What kind of gate is it? Sorry, is it like a?
It's the eastern gate leading into the fire district,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it.
which is the one that Akane and Felix tried to go through before and got turned away from. On the other side, you see the road sort of curve around. I mean, as Avril is built into a sort of hill, into a hillside, kind of on a hillside. It's pretty steep up behind it. Not quite a mountain, but it's a very big, rough, steep, almost cliff behind it. You can see it kind of curving up and round up to where the castle is, by the look of it.
So should we try and go to the castle, see if we can get like an audience with the princess or something? She's the one who supposedly wrote the letter.
I don't know how you plan on getting in there, but we can try.
Yeah. We can maybe just like walk up and request an audience. I don't know how that will go though, but yeah, at least we can try, I guess.
I haven't been here before, but typically that doesn't go great for those involved. Like, you sort of lose hands over that sort of thing.
I mean,
And I've
just
already
an
lost my leg.
audience.
Yeah, but nobles get real pissy if you just show up and like, I'd like to have a conversation. They'd like try and arrest you. It's a whole thing.
I mean, tends to
didn't
be
have
that
much of that
royalty
problem,
doesn't talk to anybody that just comes up and is like, "Hi, I need to talk to you."
Venice, it was alright. You could talk to who you liked, unless they were the lizard folk. Or you were the lizard folk, so I didn't talk to many folk. Other than that, everyone else was fine, I think. Maybe it'll be alright. We can give it a go.
What's the worst that could happen?
Switches to combat music.
Looks directly into lens of camera.
Only one day away from retirement.
We'd like Always Sun in Philadelphia theme to play. The gang goes and requests an audience.
Space boss.
Yes. So,
Guys, I'm gonna go AFK for just a moment. Gotta go get my siblings their afternoon meds together right quick.
right.
What?
Can
Can we?
shove some mess down their throat?
It's only gonna be like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Give him 2 hours. So,
So, should we like try at least? I mean, I don't think first that will happen is that they don't understand. Probably, I imagine.
Again, we can see if you're feeling pretty confident as to we're not going to get our hands chopped off, or our eyes gouged out, or be beaten just because they feel like it. Then yeah, sure.
We don't like the prissy folk.
Not particularly, no.
I don't really know what to say though. I'm not really good with this. You think you can help me, Pandal?
I mean, sure, I'll go be like, hey, can I have an audience with the princess, please?
I mean, we need like, I guess, a sort of a reason to request an audience, I guess.
My friend's got a letter saying that she's related to the princess, even though she doesn't think she's related to the princess, and we're very confused. Could you explain? Is that
I mean,
good?
a different reason, I guess. That doesn't really sound believable or
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, what sort of audience are you looking for? Are we looking for a just have a chat? Do we need counsel? Are we here to lay down the terms of a hostile to overtake? What do you?
Just talk, I imagine. Like, nothing more than that. Certainly not something like what? So you're saying is lost? What's
But- So you just want a chat. You want to go, hey,
sort of?
high
Yeah.
authority. Let's
I
have a
mean,
bit of
I
a
at least wanna
conversation.
find out why I got sent that letter, and if it was her that sent that letter at least.
So we really do have no other reason other than the letter. So why don't we just lead with the letter and see where it goes?
I mean, we could go window shopping.
We
Yeah,
could go
let's-
window shopping, but I was
let's
sort
go
of planning on
window shopping.
flying to those folk when we got back.
Yeah. Okay, let's
We
just
could
try the
go
letter then, I
window
guess. Yeah.
shopping and lie anyway.
I like the way you think.
It's grin.
Okay. So, what's the plan? Are you guys gonna go? Yeah. What's the plan? Gonna go up to the castle, knock on the front door?
Yeah. I mean,
Apparently
I,
so.
I imagine there are guards
A
there,
bunch
so.
of fucking idiots. Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Not
that's
us.
us.
Who's there? It's us.
Us, a D&D party.
We'd like to request an audience with the princess.
Okay. So, once you yeah. You
How bad is this gonna go? Place your bets now.
you head on over to the castle. It's a
Yeah.
pretty ostentatious building, but it also
What's that
looks like what?
What's that mean? That's worth.
Do I look like a dictionary to you?
I mean, you use it, so I imagine you know what it means.
I do. I'm gonna sit here and bully you for not knowing until somebody gives you a definition because I don't know it.
Pretentious and designed to impress.
Basically, yeah. I was waiting for the dictionary definition, but that works.
That's what Google says, so that's what I'm going
Oh.
with.
Well, okay.
I didn't know how to explain it.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we go up.
So you head on up to the castle. There's a pair of guards stood outside in much finer garb than the ones previously. They're sort of gilded iron and steel armor by the look of it. Their weapons, you can see, they're both carrying a pair of spears and shields. Neither of them have their hands on their shields. The shields are floating in front of them. They have both hands on the spears, which are sort of planted in the ground in front of them. As they stand there, a single crystal embedded in each spear glows dimly. And as you approach, they sort of cross the spears over the door in typical fashion.
Who are these? Can we get first of all, are they the Cloud District guards?
These appear to be royal guards.
Do they look like standard Cloud District
They look
guards?
more fancy.
These are royal guards, okay.
Yes, these appear to be royal guards.
Make way for the royal guard. No.
Let's make way.
Queen's guard.
Yes.
Right? No. Yes.
Let's make way for the Queen's Guard, and they will just walk over you.
Yeah. I love it.
Who goes there? As you approach.
Hi. Akane is my name. Well, basically, we'd like to request an audience with the princess about. Well, basically, I've received a letter with the royal seal on it, with an envelope with royal seal in it, with a letter claiming to be from her. Something about a wedding and calling me your sister, and that. I don't know. I think it was written in illustrated script and it's all fluxed now. Still got the envelope, but I don't know if it's her. And I thought maybe how do you call it?
And you have this letter with you?
Identity test? Hmm?
And you have this letter with you?
I have the letter with me, but the
me
it's
see it.
all fluxed now. I get out the envelope and the letter.
Okay, you hold. One of the guards holds his one hand out for the letter.
Yeah,
Okay,
I hand
you
him both.
hand him the letter in the envelope. He sort of looks at them. What's this supposed to be?
Well, it was written in Illusory script, and that spell is gone, and it's just all fluxed.
There's no writing
Doesn't
on
make
it.
sense anymore, sadly.
When illusory script fades, there's no writing left. It's been
Oh.
more than 10 days.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
There is.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it still had writing.
No, it's a blank piece of paper.
Oh. Well, it was written
A
in
very
Illusory
fancy
script.
envelope.
The only thing I really have left as proof is the envelope with the seal on it.
So you're asking to talk to the daughter of the highest of office simply because you have a blank piece of paper and an imitation of the royal seal. He turns over the
I'm going
envelope.
to walk up beside Akane.
I mean, I don't think it's a fake, at least.
At this point, I'm gonna,
Very convincing.
I'm gonna put my hand on Akane's shoulder and go, my dear lady, if I may interject but a moment.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna hold my hand out to the guard and obviously just try and shake his hand, aware that he's holding other things.
He hands you the paper.
Thank you. My name is Relos Oldtopple. This is my. I've forgotten the word. I've just lost the word. I had it and it's gone. My
Colleague?
pristine- No. What's this like superior colleague? I've just lost the word.
Boss.
Master?
Patron, perhaps?
Fuck it. This is my-
Superior?
This is my
Manager?
This is my superior.
Let him talk.
So I'm trying to. I don't know how shit my internet is right now.
No, you're fine. It's just you getting
Yeah, it's
interrupted.
decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dear, there has been what we believe to be a complication. My lady of Akane is of high office elsewhere, and she has recently received a letter claiming to be from the Princess of
Really?
York. So fine. Well, she is.
High office elsewhere, you say, and where might that to be? And what
Ah,
proof
Ovlock,
do you have?
sir.
Ovlock.
He was just staying. Felix is just staying far back, shaking his head like, I knew this was gonna go wrong. I knew this was gonna go wrong.
Yeah, sure.
I'm standing next to Felix and I'm just watching, just expecting us to be able to go in soon.
It's like wow.
Why we stopped it?
Ovlock. And do you have proof of this?
I mean, currently we have no proof on us as we had.
Then
we
be
were-
about your business.
Well, you see, we were recently mugged in the sea district of your city, and I wouldn't want to impose. But if you wish to get Sir Malron of Ovlock involved in this, then I'm sure we could travel back and explain the entire situation. But
I'm sure you
she's
could.
the letter
And next
claiming
time, inform
for her
him that you're going to need to bring some form of identification or make an appointment. You're not on my list.
Well, s-
Please leave.
So we just go. So coming from a place of concern, I don't want the princess's possibly estranged sister to be left to wander your city streets any longer. And I think we both agree, if this were to get out that you treated royalty this way, you may have some issues. And I would not want to cause any harm. And if your great majesties have appointments currently, that is fine. And if we could inquire about further appointments, that would be splendid and suit our needs perfectly.
You may not. What you have is nothing. You've brought me names I've never heard of, and a blank piece of paper that you claim once held a letter.
I mean, if the writing would still be there, it would.
If you
Wouldn't
are
make
who
sense
you
either way
claim to be, then you would hold some degree of proof as to your pedigree, but you do not. unless your short friend is misleading me. In which case, I must ask you to leave immediately.
Look over at Pandal.
I'm going to lean into Akane, and just loudly enough so I'm pretty sure they still can't hear, but just in case, I'm going to lean over. I'm going to whisper in her ear. I'm going to go, I'm not showing him at the Maron seal. That's secret. I'm not allowed to do that. Just so like I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be able to hear. But if they were really listening, they might be able to at a push.
Okay. He makes no move.
Good.
And just shrug.
My lady, I'm sure we could clear this disagreement up elsewhere, or find audience with your possibly estranged sister. Thank you, sir. We shall be on our way. Good day to you. And I will like bow to him, and then turn around, and like.
Yeah, I'll follow
Make
him.
sure Akane is leaving first to like.
No, I'll lead him.
I'm gonna like walk with, as I think fucking pompous pricks do.
Sure. They watch you leave, diligently, as if they're expecting you to pull something.
Current not going to.
Someone return around to shoot them. Wait, what?
I have Jack's gun that I stole. Blow his fucking brains out.
Cool. Roll for attack with your 0 dex and no proficiency.
I have +4 dex. Fuck you.
Roll for
My
attack with your
highest.
+4. Yes. You can definitely hit him with a +4.
Yes, I'm sure this guy's 28 AC will be fine against my +4.
AC, yes. So yeah.
Shall we go with
No. Didn't really look like it.
But that was a totally foolproof plan. How did you fail?
I assume we're out of sight and out of mind of these guards now at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
definitely
look,
out
I
of sight.
I mean, out of mind. Well, sure, I leave a strong impression on anybody I meet. Well, listen, we tried playing it straight. It didn't work. We tried being from one of the highest order noble families of Ovlock. That also didn't work. So
I'm not really good with this stuff, so.
I sort of noticed. So, does anyone have any alternate plans?
Try at least. So, how?
If
I don't know
can I
how.
threaten him with that?
I feel like that's not going to work out in our favor, sir, if there's a whole guard here.
Yeah, there's a lot more of them than us, buddy.
Plus they have, like, floaty shields. Those are
Besides,
cool.
don't you want to become an elder?
Not really. They're mostly just pissed off and bored.
I know a lot of people like that. Isn't that right, Coghammer? Can't hear us, he's old. Go do it a third time and I can probably do a rule of threes. Ah. Right, so as I said, those plans clearly foolproof and entirely ineffective.
Best made plans are of mice and men.
Do you think they have like people who sit at
And
desks?
you are neither mice nor a
can ask
human.
questions?
I don't know. Do they have is there like a thing around that goes FAQ this way and like an arrow?
It's like a
Don't
giant
see
blue
anything.
eye. The information office.
Yeah.
Tourist office.
There's no sign of requirement. Okay,
No.
right.
Unfortunately.
I don't think they get much
No
in the way of
information proof of
tourism.
requirement.
Well, wouldn't be tourism, would be other like, more official stuff.
Yeah, would we know if
Well,
the city officials would be here?
City officials? Oh, you might
Yeah,
find them here.
Like the guard people more so than the actual like pompous justice system pricks who I don't give a shit about.
The guard people, you mean like the lawmaster sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably find them in this area.
The administrative center or whatever.
Ah, the administratum.
I can finally get my like driver's license.
Yeah, let's get the. Let's get
I need
the
to
DMV.
update my voting ID.
I need to refresh my caster's license.
They're all going to be very military in Avril.
Yeah, it's a pretty military place, right?
Yes.
It's only soldiers can vote and whatever, right?
Once they've done mandatory military service, yeah. It's a very similar system to Ancient Rome.
How long is the mandatory military?
You would know, actually. It is 20 years.
Okay, that's not
20 years? Jesus.
I was gonna say, you just go quick, nip
That's-
2 months in the military, come back.
It's
Nah.
too-
Oh, that's not surprising.
shit to
Reminds
do.
me of Starship Troopers.
Yeah, but that's like 2 years.
Yeah.
Not 20.
Guys, this
Still-
campaign could take such a turn if we just go join the army right now.
Did you know that Starship Troopers is
You're in
actually
the
one of the
army
few
now.
stories? It's like one of the few science fiction stories on like the United States. Like I think it was the Army, sort of like a recommended list to read.
That's because the book's very different to the films.
Yeah.
Still, it's libertarian as shit, and it's a lot of problems.
Still.
I mean, it has its upsides, it has its downsides.
As does everything. But anyway,
Yeah, what are we gonna do now?
Um,
So, Pandal, you got any plans?
I really sort of blew my whole load there, to be honest.
Hmm.
are we out of your short of the guards now?
yeah, I assume you've got.
Yeah, I
some sort of
specified,
down
I was
streets.
like, we were out of the slight end mind, right?
Your mic's breaking up there, buddy.
Yeah, your mate's bringing up quite a bit.
Has placebo mic fixed itself?
Yep.
I look around for a
Sounds better, yeah.
conveniently placed plot NPC that can get us in the castle. Is there any such NPC around?
As you look around, you do know the only animal that you've seen in the Cloud or Fire District so far, a small red squirrel scampering up towards you.
A what?
A small red squirrel that approaches you.
There's your plot NPC.
Just hungry, we just have food.
I got
Yeah.
talk to the No, wait, what? He comes. Wait, he's walking to us.
Yeah, it's a squirrel.
how do you say?
It's
Huh.
it's sprinting along the road, pretty much directly towards you guys. Actually,
It's foaming.
It doesn't look rabid.
no,
It's a homing squirrel.
the squirrel reveals its true identity as an ancient green dragon. Roll for initiative. No,
It's Ezo, she's
I would not be surprised if you did that.
it's not in a city. I'd do that in Korea to fuck you over properly.
Well, stuff is.
Um,
I vote we go to some administrative type and basically get legit documentation or pretend like we
I
have
want to see
legit.
if there's anything weird about the squirrel. Can I roll an insight on the squirrel?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to inside a squirrel. Wow.
The squirrel is definitely headed directly towards you in particular.
Huh, that's odd.
Maybe it thinks your tails mean you're just a bigger squirrel.
I mean, our tails are different than squirrel tails.
I mean, don't be. Look, maybe the squirrel is really inclusive. You don't know its story, okay?
I haven't
Well,
had
I know-
squirrel in a while. Nice.
The squirrel
I'm
runs.
just
Yeah,
gonna
no,
kind of
Good
walk
work.
over to the squirrel and kind of offer my hand out to it as if you could hop up on my hand.
Hi,
It runs
I'm
around you.
Felix.
Goes straight past
oh,
you,
we gotta eat it?
and it
Oh.
continues on
Oh,
towards.
never mind.
And it runs up to Akane, and then sits up and looks at you. Akane, if you're getting this message, I need you to meet me by the east gate of the Sea District as soon as possible.
Can we all hear this?
Yeah, you hear it. The squirrel appears to be talking.
Why is the squirrel talking?
Who are you? What?
Felix, I swear I'm clean. I haven't taken anything in like at least the past 10 minutes.
No, I hear it too, and I'm about to get really pissed off because we just spent a lot of money to get in here, only to find out we don't need to be in here.
Is this
Um,
squirrel a fucking scam artist? Squirrel, are you a scam artist?
The s-
It would just be our luck at this rate, wouldn't it be?
As sorry, the squirrel speaks with my badly done, like woman's voice, a very regal sounding woman's voice. And the moment it finishes its message, it immediately looks up at you It was looking up at you. Realizes what it's looking at and sprints away from you.
As it sprints away, I'm going to try and catch it.
Sorry.
Go for it. It moves faster than you, so you'll get one.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Yes.
try and. Well, I move 40 feet a ton, but
It's a squirrel. Sprinting. With double
yeah,
dash
I'm gonna-
because it's a bunk.
Sorry. What
I-
gate
I'm-
did the scroll say?
East gate
Okay.
of the Sea District.
I'm going to. I'm not going to run after it. I'm just going to try and catch it
Yeah.
while it's standing there. Is it this dexterity or
Grapple check, I suppose.
that one then? 20.
Okay.
Come on, sorry.
Not 20s.
Yep, you grab a squirrel.
There we go.
The squirrel looks at you terrified.
Give us our money back, you rat-tailed fiend!
Pandal, let him go. It's just a.
I'm going to
squirrel.
shake it.
It's probably.
That's the money.
Does money fall out? Does money fall out?
You shake the squirrel is terrified and pees on your hand.
Chris.
I don't think it has anybody. I drop it. Just put it on the ground.
The moment you let
Mark
go
my
of it,
words,
it's
if
off.
we see you again, you'll be in trouble.
Okay, so should we go to the east gate of the Sea District then?
Oh, your fucking wording on that account was so good.
So hard, I'm so sorry.
I've had that squirrel's been planned for so long, and the fucking wording. I'm just like,
any
do I?
plot? And you're like, yes.
God fucking damn it!
I tried so hard
Did we
to
just
convince
spend
that guy,
200
God
gold
fucking
just
damn
for
it.
you to do?
It could have worked, you never know.
I just need
I
to
mean,
remember
maybe
that this
if we
is
looked
the
around for a
Yargon game. I
conveniently
just need to stand
placed
still
plot
and let the
NPC that
NPC
could
and
get us
plot
in
come
there.
to me.
Sorry, I'm talking over Mac.
Mac,
That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense because we had to come to this plot. Doesn't even work.
Speaking of me, I'll be back. My keyboard died.
rip.
Of course it
Um,
did. I'll be back in a bit.
So should we head to the east gate of the Sea District then?
Are you just gonna do what a random, like, rat with fluff tells you?
I'm.
'Cause I-
I think, I think
it's
we'd be better
good.
off trying to break into the castle.
I
figure
mean,
out where
aren't you
the-
guys curious who sent that scroll?
Yes, aren't you also curious what sort of murderers live in the Sea District? Because I'm going to assume quite a few. The fact that I said we were mugged there
Wait.
and he didn't bat an eyelid probably indicates there's quite a lot of murderers.
Wait, there's murderers in the Sea District?
Well, when you go
yeah.
there, definitely. But probably.
Let's
I'm
just-
not a murderer.
Let's just
I
go there.
don't
It
do it
sounded like
intentionally.
a fancy woman voice. Fancy woman voice.
Trust me, if anyone's murderers, it's royalty. That's...
Hey,
Sure,
you
if you
just
want to
called-
go...
You just called me royalty. I'm not murderers.
Did you see the thing where I was bluffing to try and pretend like we were way more important we were to try and talk to
I
someone
know.
that you think might be saying that they're your sister?
I know. Yeah.
Gosh, I mean,
Well, maybe she's my sister. You don't know.
well, exactly, I don't, and I'm quite
So
curious
let-
to find out.
Let's go check
Well,
out.
Sure, we'll take the advice of a fucking squirrel, because those guards were absolutely no help.
I mean, yeah. The scroll's probably more helpful.
Aura's gonna get
I
us
mean,
killed.
it was pointed directly at me, apparently. Maybe it's the same person who sent that letter.
I've never heard of carrier squirrels before, and surely they just send 2 letters.
I mean, if she's like a princess or something, surely she'd send a person.
I mean, maybe it's Felix.
Mac.
Mac. Maybe it's not a
Oh yeah, he's
Prince-
Russell.
princess, you don't know. You
So-
know how we could know? Go there.
Maybe her dad's the king of thieves. Ha ha ha.
That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
That were a good
Maybe-
one.
Maybe your sister is
Oh.
one of the people we just spoke to. One of those dudes that got us in here.
No, I'd recognize my sister, my real sister. I
You
hope.
sure?
Yeah?
You ever seen her before?
She's my sister, of course I have.
What about your other sister who thinks she's your sister and is a princess? What about that one?
No, I haven't seen her. I don't know who that is.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go there. You guys can join me if you want, but
Sure, why not? How badly can this
Might
possibly
as
be?
well, yeah.
so I guess we go to the Cedars. I want to make sure we go out a different gate than Felix and I tried to get into.
Okay, so you're going to go to like the south gate or the north
Yeah.
gate, essentially. Sure. So you head towards the south gate and you walk out. The guards pay no attention to you as you walk past.
Good.
Um,
Okay, then we head to the Cedar Six, I guess.
Okay, so you loop your way back through the fire district, through to sort of the eastern gates, and head back down into the familiar to some of you looking Earth District, and then from there again through to the Sea District. The area here is a lot wider, a lot bigger. There's, well, for one thing, there is a pair of huge railway tracks, which you're actually all familiar with, that are suspended a little ways in the air, like maybe 2 stories in the air, as you see couriers' rails pass over a portion of the Sea District. You see as well a number of, basically a shanty town, just stretching well beyond the walls as you descend down from the Earth District into the Sea District. But there appears to be some much cheaper, lesser, not as good housing around, as the as you pass. It takes you about another hour on top of this, so it's by this time it's actually sort of about 5 to 6 p.m. and it's almost beginning to get dark. By the time that you head towards
Before approaching the gate, can I roll a
The gate.
perception?
yeah, go for it.
12. Wow. That's my passive.
Nice.
Nice.
As you approach, you see the gate appears to be closed, and you don't see any lights on the gate. It's beginning to get dark, and you see people, lanterns around the place beginning to light. And
I guess I'll approach the gate either way.
okay, as you approach the gate,
Carefully.
you walk up to the gate, and there's you notice a figure. As you get closer, leaning against the gate, watching as you approach. They appear to be in this sort of quite a smallish figure. For a human, you'd guess pretty small, like 5'5" maybe. In this very thick, big, dark cloak that kind of really doesn't suit them, just based on their size. And as you approach, you notice they're watching you. You walk up to it, and they look at you.
Can I see the face of the person?
They have a black scarf over most of their face, or the bottom half of their face. But it looks like a woman's face, maybe. See a pair of blue eyes looking at you.
Hello? Are you the one who sent the scroll?
You see her sort of look at you for a minute. Yeah. That's you. Akane.
What? Yeah?
Hi. It's been so long. I'm sure you don't recognize me.
Who? Sorry, who are you?
Not here. We'll be watched. Come with me.
Okay.
We should find a tavern to drink.
Hold on. Before she does that, I'm just gonna look over to Pandal. I'm just gonna look over to Pandal and say, your jokes are shit.
Pandal. Who is not here. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Thanks.
I
Is this the
sense
time?
illusion magic.
I mean, I was just gonna ask her if she's actually just a tall pile of squirrels in a cloak. Which, by the way, lady, are you just a tall pile of squirrels in a cloak?
Do you happen perhaps have 200 gold that you can give us, because we had to get into the city there and we couldn't. Apparently, if your squirrels have been just following us all day, I feel like it's kind of your fault that that didn't get taken care of sooner.
What? Not now. I don't
She
know who
It's
you are.
kind of important to take care of that now.
Yeah, well, you don't carry 200 gold in this place. You crazy?
How do you
Look,
forgot
come with
about
me.
Yes, I walk around with these people and you're... Her. I say just point to Akane.
She sort of
She's
furrows the
she's
brow
not that
looks at you.
crazy.
Yeah, you heard a
Anyway, she
scroll
mentioned the
report.
tavern.
That's
We going to
pretty
the
weird.
tavern?
Wait,
Look,
what did Sauriv say?
And look, I get crazier the second I spend around you guys.
We're going to a tavern.
I wouldn't worry about it.
And she...
I
Begins
just
to
hear
lead
like
off.
her say we're going to attack, and just in my mind, it's that one like really weird NPC failure screen where it's just like that person that says, "I'm going to die now." You know, like I'm gonna die now.
Mm-hmm. Guess I'll die then. You head over... Well, she leads you over to a pretty seedy
She begins
looking bar.
walking, and the rest of us just look at one another like, do we want to follow the talking squirrel lady?
Well, do
And I
you?
do still want to know if she's a pile of squirrels in a cloak, so I'm going to follow.
I follow.
I follow.
I
I
can't
am
afford
ready
to lose
for
my...
an
can't
attack
afford
slash
to lose.
ambush.
Okay.
Watching
Coghammer?
out for...
Yeah, I immediately follow.
Okay. So, you
Can
guys
I inspect her? Does she look like she could be a pile of squirrels in a cloak?
roll an investigation check.
Oh, I'm actually good at those.
Why?
Expertise. Fucking dirty.
She is not an illusion.
Is she a pile of squirrels in a cloak, though? That just not just like an illusion, just squirrels.
No.
Okay, just checking.
A pile of awakened
Good
squirrels with
to
a woman
know.
face.
Love you.
What is this D&D group?
I don't know. We've all lost sense of
Uh.
any form of seriousness in this game such a long time ago.
Hey.
It is a first level spell.
I know, but Pandal doesn't know because it's not on the bard list. He thinks the
Yes, it is.
squirrels just coming. Is Pandal the messenger on the bard list? I did not know this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Never mind. No, fuck it. Pandal has no idea. Pandal was fucking
That's fair.
oblivious. Fuck you. I win. It's not a pile of squirrels.
It's not a pile of squirrels. You follow the definitely an
It's just
actual human woman.
disappointment.
As she leads you over to a pretty seedy looking tavern that may have once held a sign. On a sort of iron bar that is sticking out of the wall and bent upwards.
Did it get nicked?
Looks like someone's tried nicking the iron bar. The sign was taken in the process.
A man walks into a bar. Ouch.
With a sign.
You guys head inside. There's a few people sitting around. It's sort of pretty dark and you can smell sort of tobacco smoke in the air. Lots of it, almost enough to make you...
Oh god. With my fancy
cough.
clothes, I'm probably really out of place.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You draw quite a bit of attention. There's people look over at you a little. But she leads you over into a back room. And as you guys head inside, there appears to be some kind of... I don't want to say private club, because it's not that kind of bar, but private club. Because it's essentially...
It's that kind of bar.
There's a few slightly richer looking people here. Not very much richer. You still look pretty out of place, but they don't seem to pay attention to you. And there are booth seats, and you head over to one of them. And she heads over to one in the corner and sits down.
I'd sit down across from her, I guess. Motion Felix to come sit next to me.
Akane. Oh, it's good
Yeah?
to see. It's good to see you after so long.
I'm confused.
Oh, you're Akane Peters, yes?
Yeah, I am.
Yes. Well, we met once before, but I'm sure you don't remember it. You're much younger. And, well, I was careful not to reveal who I was.
So, who are you? May I ask?
My name is Princess Ineral Zilbella.
Oh. Sad.
How much is she bullshitting right now?
Is that a roll that I smell?
I need +4 on this one. 6!
I'm gonna roll as well.
You have no idea. Pandal.
13.
She's pretty hard to read.
Are we like all in the same boat basically, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
sort of
gonna like.
I have a modifier of +2, so I'm not even gonna
go
try.
somewhere else, but like still within 30 feet.
Okay, so you could
And
sit
I'll
on.
cast detect thoughts.
Fair enough. Yep.
Okay, so you head over to like just There's a bar you could head over to if you want to sort of make it look like you're getting a drink.
Yep.
Sure. Head over to a
And I'll
bar.
ask for a drink as well.
Sure. You can get a pretty an ale. It's not even told what type of ale for a copper. If you want. So you cast Detect Thoughts. You get surface level thoughts, right?
Yes.
Relief. Worry. Yeah, that's pretty much all you get.
Yeah. For like, well, it lost like minutes. For the next minute, I'm just looking at the surface thoughts.
Okay. I will keep you apprised then. I know. Well, I don't think new is really the right word. I'd met Subaru Fusada.
I'm gonna check her name. Ah. Oh, you did? Really?
Yeah, he helped out our family a little bit. It's not important, really, but essentially I knew him, vaguely. And we met a few times, sort of gestures to you. You probably don't remember me, you were very little at the time. I was still quite young as well. But
Okay.
well, I've found myself in a little bit of a situation, and I don't know, you seem like the only person I could think of to call. Maybe this is stupid. I called up, I managed to get hold of Saburo, and, well, he gave me your address, said that he was still busy. Okay, now, so...
Oh really? She's with him? Oh, that's good to know.
Yes.
Wait, who's with who? Out of character.
Their
You don't
sister.
know.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
a
have
bunch
no
of
idea.
names we've never heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
I'll just like look over to Connie and say, you want anything to drink?
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
By the way, Pandal is nodding along like he knows all of these people. It's like, oh yeah.
Sure.
Anybody else? You guys want anything to drink?
I'll take half a pint of whiskey, and I give him
Okay.
like 4 gold.
He
Thanks.
looks at it. Oh. Sorry, you mean Felix.
Yeah, I'm giving that to Felix.
Okay. Felix?
Alright. I'll take the gold and everything. Is there like a bar sort of area in this
Yeah, there's
private club area?
a small bar with a guy behind it.
Alright,
See
yeah.
Coghammer is drinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the drinks and the beverages as per
Okay, so-
requested.
What are you getting? Half pint of whiskey. A pint of whiskey, even.
Half pint.
Half pint. Half pint of whiskey.
And just ales for everyone else at the table.
So 4 more ales. Okay. How much do you put on the counter?
4 gold.
The guy looks at it, looks at you, slides 3 gold back across the counter, reaches down into a satchel, pulls out 3 more silver, and then another 5 copper, and puts it on the counter, takes the gold piece, and starts wordlessly making ale and
I just push it back, put another gold piece down, and say, we'll use it before we leave.
he kind of just looks at you, nods, and he'll put the entire bottle, just takes a bottle of whiskey, puts it on the thing, and makes you all some ales.
Yeah, I nod my head, like, thank you. And kind of just like give Coghammer a sort of like you keeping an eye on things sort of look. Almost like I presume you're keeping some sort of seat, like you're keeping in. I imagine he's doing something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just seems like a weird situation.
That moment in which I wish we were actually a competent D&D party, but this is a game in which we're all in.
Yeah, I can wish, but I've met you guys before.
Hey, I can play a
Sad
competent
body.
character. Unfortunately, this game is...
There is can and there is do.
Well, it's too late. I have to deal with Pandal.
Love you too, brother.
Felix is competent, the rest of us aren't.
That's
Hey.
fair.
Hey.
He does the best with what he's got. Bless him.
Yeah, I start to... him becoming crazier the more he's known you guys is not a joke in his mind.
That's entirely fair.
Yeah.
I don't think he's becoming a more manageable of a person.
So, you guys, you head back over, hand out drinks, I assume.
Who we presume is the princess.
Yes.
Our hope is so that way we're not walking like straight into an ambush.
By the way, I'm just gonna have a look around. Is there anyone shifty, like watching us or anything like that?
Give it a perception roll. 19.
19?
There's a bouncer, who has had his eyes on you guys since you walked in, because you've all got big weapons. And they're pretty obvious. But he does appear to be paying attention to another, two patrons in one corner who also appear to have some, like, one of them has a great sword leaning against the wall. The other one's got a warhammer that's on the table. But that's it. You don't see anyone
Is
else
that
paying
like
attention to
super
you.
obvious, those two guys?
Hmm?
Are those two guys like super obvious to me, or?
I mean, they're not hidden from you. They're just sitting there, drinking across the bar. Well, not
Like
across the
having
bar.
a chat.
I'll go over them with a short thoughts.
I missed that because my internet was cutting out. You go over to them and what?
I'll look at them with just a single thoughts on each of them.
Okay. You feel pretty much nothing past the faint buzz of alcohol, pleasant conversation, and yeah, and a good night, essentially.
Cool.
It appears that they're just friends drinking in a bar. A shitty bar.
Ah, yeah, and I'll gulp my drink down.
Sure. And it's gone. So, Felix, as you return to the others, the princess sort of takes the alcohol. Thank you. Kind of looks at it as if it's... You almost get the feeling that you've just given her probably the worst alcohol she's ever seen. But it's masked very well. As she immediately pretty much takes a sip of it. Akane, I don't know if this is too much to put on you, but I'm sure you've heard by now that supposedly I'm supposed to be getting married shortly.
Yeah, I've heard.
Well,
Is he a dick?
more than that.
Oh god, he's evil, isn't he?
General, no, not at all. But General Anon is... He's slated to be the next king. Once my father dies. We think.
Okay.
So
Wait, what? I'm not even gonna ask. I just say just drinking.
Look concerned at Sauriv.
she
At
kind
this
of
point, Sauriv, I think I agree with you. I'm just gonna sit back and just kind of accept my fate.
looks at you guys and he's the favourite among the Senate. My father is old, and well, when he dies, which won't be too long, unfortunately, he wants me to be married to General Akane so that our family stays in power.
What will happen if you don't?
Well, General Akane does not know of my father's illness. It's well concealed, and he sees it as a step up in the world. So he's gambling for power as well. Unfortunately, that means that this is already locked in. It's my father, I can't turn him down. I can't just say no.
Quite easily, actually, to do that to a parent. You just go, no, and they go, I fucking hate you now, and disown you. But bad example. But point is, it's not actually that hard.
It's a little bit more difficult. We are royalty after all. At least currently.
So
Yes,
wait, you saying your father's a dick, or your fiance is a dick? Well, they're both dicks. Who's
Yeah.
a dick here?
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's all
how do you
right.
want us to help?
Well, the easiest solution is I need to get out of Alfriel.
The good old-fashioned guy just need to get out of town answer.
Yeah,
What's... How do you want to do... What's pretending you from leaving? Preventing.
well, the Crown Guard are a start. It was
I
difficult.
mean, we can just teleport out of here, can't we?
Yeah, like it's shockingly easy for this. Like where do you want to go? Pick a place.
Yeah, pick a place, pick a destination. We'll let you
Oh,
know if we
yeah.
can get there directly or
I'm
not.
really not seeing a catch here so far, and I'm sort of waiting for one.
I need to get to
Yeah,
to Milicardi. I doubt
Okay, that's a
that you'll
bit
be able
more
to get in by teleporting.
yeah, but we can get closer.
We could get out of here, and then we could take you to Milikati. Maybe, if you
why do
pay
you
it.
want to go to this place anyway?
I have a friend there.
Okay, so the person you actually want to marry is there. Is this how the story's progressing?
No. No. And she kind of looks at you, Akane. No, you wouldn't know her. It's an old friend of Saburo's. It's again how we met.
Okay.
I know that she'll be able to take me in, at least for a short time. And she can stop my father trying to find me. Or stop him finding me for now.
Okay.
Do.
By the way, you don't happen to know where Saburo is right now, I guess? Or do you?
I'm afraid not. I managed to cast a spell to him, but that was months ago. Last we spoke, he was in Ovlock. I'm sure he's not there now.
Let's go to Ovlock. No. Okay.
Yes. I need to find. I need to find Fazana. She'll be able to help me. It's in Milicardi.
So yeah, I guess we can get you out. Alright, guys?
I
Sure.
mean- I am fully in favor of getting someone out of a marriage they're not a fan of.
I'm down as well. It doesn't seem right to stand by and let this go through.
I mean, if you're
Yeah.
loyalty, then you can do something for us, surely. So, I don't see an issue with it.
I mean, not if you gotta get her out of here.
Yeah. I won't be royalty anymore, really. That's
Good, you
fine.
don't need it.
Fucking neck cable over there in chat voice.
Yep.
Fuck
It's
up
decent
her face
advice.
and nobody recognizes.
If the fact that we couldn't just teleport literally anywhere was a thing we could do, then yeah, that'd be a really good idea.
You know when you're like high level in the game and you come back to do the start level quests?
yeah, I do actually. And I realised as soon as you said it, I was like, you don't remember we have the portable gate, do you?
I remember.
This is just
kinda
supposed to be way earlier on.
This is just
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how we were supposed to get to Avril in the first place without this, but I mean,
taken a while, but
walking
hey, we're here now.
a while and a lot of flux dragons.
True. But we'd actually kill one by that point.
Come back with another drink. So how's it going?
I guess we could maybe like try and find one of those.
We're kidnapping a princess.
For the record, Coghammer, as she started talking about what she wants you guys to do, you would have sensed some serious trepidation and doubt in her mind. But that's it.
So yeah, I guess maybe there's one of those gate thingies near Yosa. I think Yosa's pretty close by to Milikari, right?
It's quite a way.
I
I'd
mean, yeah,
rather
it's
chart my
closer
closer.
by than off lockdown.
Also very true.
I
So as you are currently related to royalty and yada yada yada, they're all insufferable, I understand.
yeah.
You don't happen to know anyone who sells a lot of porcelain, do you? Just out of interest?
Porcelain?
Yes.
I mean,
What do you need porcelain for?
For a mask, dumbass. So she doesn't melt.
Oi!
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
be that mean.
Yeah.
She can use mine for this one. We could use another face scrub.
Are you gonna...
I don't think that's what that's meant to do, Coghammer, but I respect the
why
the
do you-
vitality required.
why do you need a mask? Also, volume mic's breaking.
If you don't wear a mask when you teleport, your face melts off.
Yeah.
It's
quite
not
I mean-
that bad.
You could just wrap your
Coghammer,
face in
your face
cloth.
was melting off. We watched it. It was not that bad, you say. It was a liquid.
It was fine. My face is still here.
He
But
does
now
have
it
you
is that
there,
we healed it.
Sauriv.
If you've ever seen a giant eagle's beak melt, we've seen that too. It's not a good time.
Would you be surprised if I said yes, I have?
You are
No.
royalty fucked up shit, that's fair.
It wasn't me.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
Come on, guys.
Look, I know it's a lot to ask. I suppose we can find masks somewhere. Can't be that hard.
Well, I don't think it really needs to be too complex, as long as it's porcelain. I think that's all we need.
Yeah, it just needs to like cover your pretty much your face and you'll be fine.
Right. I think I might be able to do that, but is that common? I don't know about teleporting. Does all teleporting do that?
Wow. Well, just look over at Pandal. You're the magic one. What
I
you
have
do, Coghammer?
literally no fucking clue.
She's looking at Akane. for an answer.
What? He asked if it was common for teleporting to melt your face off.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, it's only this thing that we have, that like weird device.
Right. It's just if we... Well, I need to not be noticed that I've gone at least until we get to Fazana. And then I'm sure she can help me hide from his detection.
With that teleport device, we can pretty much, if there's one of those ancient gates nearby, we can pretty much get pretty close, I think. Pandal, can you hand me that device, please?
In this, I mean, sure, but if it explodes your face, it's on you. I'm gonna tentatively hand Akane the portable gate.
Okay. Kana, you take the gate.
I want to look into it and think of Milakari.
Okay. I need you to make a thingy check.
Yes.
It's an intelligence saving throw.
Ints.
Remember the DC on it. I think it might have been more than
I
that.
think it was 10.
10.
It's pretty
Yeah,
low.
you're fine.
Okay. You think of Milicardi. Your vision begins to sort of tunnel vision in towards the sort of the eye that's on it, and as you try to tear your vision away, it won't. You can't move. You never could move it. Of course not. Your vision fades to black, and you're blind. You can feel around you. You feel yourself, an archway. Around you, you feel a room. You don't. You're underground, deep below the surface. There's water that falls nearby. Rain, you would guess by the sort of pitter-patter. You sense the basics, little essence of life here and there. Not sure what they are, what it is. And then your vision returns to normal.
Okay, so I think there's one close, yeah? So if we just get like another mask, then we can go.
We should probably also create like a paper trail or something leading at least somewhere else.
Well, I don't know how you're going to do that.
Well, aren't you the one that's like... You gotta give us something, like who... Do you ever go out, like, to other places on, like, diplomatic missions of something?
Maybe you could like spread a small rumor or something that she's gone like a completely different way. Or maybe or would that just like... I don't know if that's a good idea.
No. Once my father learns that I'm missing, he'll just use his divination to look for me.
Ah, so yeah, it's better to
How powerful is his divination?
not know that she's gone.
I've only met a few people in my time that were able to resist that.
I kind of just like look over to the rest of the group. I think I have an idea.
Oh?
I mean, shoot. I also think I might.
Saburo Fusada was one of those people.
Well, I think we might have some backup plans then, at the very least.
I mean, we don't know where he is though, do we?
There's no way to find him, really.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to find him again at some point. Especially if Guy knows with him.
If
No
if
one
him-
knows what they're talking about. I love that.
If
Yep.
you
Nope.
if you getting spied on by being sure, I might have a trick.
Oh? What might that be?
Right? I have a
Put the
thing
pot on her
somewhere
head.
around here that's... Well, I would have to do it a couple of times a day, but it should keep you safe while it's going.
That would be useful. That's...
AKA non-detection.
yeah, I assume.
Do you have Nistor's magic aura? That's also good.
Non-diction is the actual for definition stuff. Mistol is not as won't be
Yeah,
working
that's good.
in
I
this
don't know which one's higher level. Okay, fair.
case. Non-diction, yeah.
Oh, fair. Use that.
Oh fuck.
What?
The diamond dust.
Oh god.
I
Just
still
fucking
attack
roll
like
you.
gold,
Yeah,
though.
one day it'll be fine.
We have a bunch of diamond dust, do we not?
We have a bunch of diamonds.
You have a bunch of
Oh
diamond
yeah,
dust.
we're not.
Do we?
We've diamonds or we've
We
dust?
have some.
Oh no, yeah, there were diamonds. You didn't crush them down, did you?
It's mostly
I haven't
diamond.
crushed them
yeah.
down yet, and I've used all
Diamond
my
rain.
diamond dust on making Coghammer, not a fish.
I think you should have left them as a fish.
When you say it like that,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a good use of my diamond dust that I was going to use for glyphs and everything, but
It's
like, you
not,
know.
fuck. It's basically a very temporary solution.
yeah.
It's more on a
That's
time limit.
yeah. That's why I need to.
We
go
could
to another
always
party.
put her in another dimension while we try and find her friend.
I mean, how do we do that though?
Yeah, do you have just a way of doing that?
Well, do you guys
Well-
have a way of contacting Nod Shakes?
Yeah, Nodshakes can do that, but I don't know how we can talk to
No.
her.
I think Nodjix is a bit busy right
Finds
now,
us
trying to
whenever she
like,
wants, I think.
also trying to stop maybe the
can't
end of
the-
the world.
Can't the portal go to other places, other planes? I think. Can it? I don't know.
You know, I
Wait,
think so.
it
Do you
might
know
can.
anywhere safe we could leave somebody?
Library with fires?
I
is
mean,
that?
do we even know for sure if divination works across planes?
Well, I don't fucking know.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, I know
I'm
I
not
couldn't cast
sure.
my magic in the last plane that we were on, so.
That's true. If there's no flux to interact with, then you should be fine. But the thing is, the last place you could gate to in Garazeth was the light place, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Garazeth was the city. I have the name written down in my notes somewhere, but I don't remember the name. What's the name?
The name
city, Garazeth.
is... Do it scroll through notes.
I'll find. I'll look at mine. Hold on.
Garazeth. Genth.
Fuck, got them before me.
Yes.
I mean, the only place we could
Scroll
find
through
it
the starting document.
was Genth. So, I mean, again, I don't know if I fancy leaving someone so uproar and ask they think their bloodline means they're important around a bunch of dragons.
I mean, they're friendly, at least.
Most of them are, but
I mean, have you encountered any that weren't friendly then?
out of every group of people, some of them are not friendly.
I mean, yeah, but that's a whole city.
I mean, Sauriv, you did win that one bar fight against that one innkeeper.
No,
Do you
no.
think
It wasn't a bar fight. It was an arm wrestle.
arm wrestle? You did win that one arm wrestle against her. You
Yeah.
think you could maybe? You think you trust her? You think she's pretty tough?
I mean, she was pretty damn tough, yeah. She was strong. Real strong.
I don't
Oh.
trust her as far as Sauriv can throw her, and I'm pretty sure she was heavy as well.
I'm not sure.
You shouldn't say
Trust
that.
her, but
Pandal, just because you get self confident or you get self conscious because you're around larger women doesn't mean you need to start being mean to them.
I'm just saying, if she's was actually a dragon, then dragons are typically quite large, and don't float away at the slight gust of wind, so I would presume quite heavy. It was sort of more based on statistics than it was being mean, but
But I'm not wrong.
I mean, you're entirely right. I wouldn't have to be mean to people, but I'm mean to everyone anyway, so what's the difference?
The princess looks between you guys, really confused.
Yeah, I don't mind them. They're a bit weird.
That is
So-
true.
weird. Very weird. We like it.
I need to get a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a
mask.
mask anyway, so.
Yes, porcelain mask, just simple.
Right, and she stands up and heads over to the bar.
By
As
the
she
way,
goes, I go, but if you could also, we're sort of super broke, so if you want to, like, you know,
Pause and
cover the cost of that, that'd be great.
you know what I thought
Like
of?
we're broke.
I basically got a
It's
mask on
just
my...
leading into Pandal, we're broke.
I got a
What
mask
is
on my
with very
token.
broke?
you do.
Her dad has money, therefore she has money. We're very broke. She's paying for every expense.
I don't have much money, and if I take much, he'll notice.
Pandal, don't go scamming, like...
You didn't hear that. I was whispering to Sauriv.
Oh.
Bucky.
I mean... sleight of hand.
Sure, Bucky. 18.
I
That's
was
my
being
passive.
particularly subtle. I was just.
No, wait, that's
I was.
one above my
I was like kind of whispering, but loud enough that most people could hear. Probably.
Yeah, I whispered back quietly so you could hear.
Yeah, it's one above my passive,
But
sadly.
just that the nice people wouldn't want me to say that.
She, okay, so she heads over to the bar, whispers to the barman, he sort of whispers something back, and then she heads back over to you guys. You see him gesture to the bouncer, who sort of goes over. They exchange a few words, and the bouncer disappears. She said, so, right, hopefully he'll take care of that.
By the way, the other guys with the weapons, the greatsword and the warhammer,
Yeah.
what are they doing? Are they just drinking, or
Yeah.
are they watching us or anything?
No, they're just drinking.
Okay. They haven't made any moves or nothing like that.
Nope. One of them decked the other one in the face, but that was it. Yeah, just as you're watching, one of them just
shit.
turns around and goes, oh, and just thumps the other one across the face.
Yep,
Who
that
doesn't
friend would be a
retaliate?
great time for sure.
As he does that, I'm just going to shout out, "Get the bastard!"
Have him!
They both sort of look at you. And the princess just, maybe don't draw attention.
Like, wait, what? Oh, sorry.
And then they kind of glare at you and then go back to just
I'll give him the coy
Drinking.
smile.
I just not shake my head in the face for him.
Okay. So, a few minutes pass, in which, before the bouncer returns, this time holding a pretty crude porcelain mask in his hand, which he brings over to the table, places down wordlessly, and heads back to the back over to the door.
Thank you.
Guy's a fucking speed sculptor, Jesus.
So, do you need anything from me, or should we, like, go already?
Well, I was hoping we could go now.
Mm,
No
Okay.
paper trail, no nothing? Is this really a good idea?
Yeah.
I mean, if we leave a paper trail, her dad will know that she's gone and try
I
to find her.
think he'll notice his daughter's bugger
He's gonna
off
notice
pretty
anyway.
quick.
If we can at least mislead him for a time, surely that's better than nothing.
I mean,
No, he won't notice immediately.
so
Well, then surely it's better that when he comes looking, he'll have something to find that isn't you immediately.
He won't look for paper. He won't go looking. He'll just
Sensor.
leave with divination.
yeah. So should we like try straight heading for the gates somewhere near Milikadi? I don't know where it is actually, but
That would be a good idea, I suppose.
okay. So like right here, or everyone's okay with it, right? I'll look over at the rest. Everyone's ready?
You know, Squirrel's advice today, we could do more reckless things. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, we should probably like buy a room or something. We probably don't want to just disappear in the middle of a tavern.
I'm disappointed in the amount of gold I have spent only to be told we need to just teleport out of here.
I hand him
Oh,
10.
nice
I hand
conversation.
him
Just gonna
10
pat
platinum.
Felix on the back and give him
Ah,
10
come
platinum.
on, you.
I won't accept the platinum.
I'll take the
What are they
platinum.
saying?
I put it back.
Pandal, this is... No. Listen, Felix. I'm sure we'll be back. You'll get your money's worth. If you don't, we'll steal it back, okay?
Or we can steal from the royalty. Now we have no connection to them. I have absolutely
That's
no
an
problems with
excellent
that.
idea. You wouldn't
Yeah.
mind, missus, would you?
We can like make the money like upstanding citizens.
Please
That's
don't.
boring, though.
Don't what?
Steal from people?
We wouldn't do that. We're taking from the rich and giving to the us. That's not stealing, that's redistribution.
She looks at you, Akane, like, really concerned?
Right, listen, we're joking. We don't steal.
Normally they're not like this. I mean,
We don't steal from people. The only time we take people's monies and clothes and weapons is if they are bad people.
I'm gonna
Okay.
need.
Does that make you feel better?
Not really.
Well, shit. Let's
Yeah, I mean, you tried, and you're technically accurate. It's nice to sound like bad people, and you'll have no family ties. Akane, chop chop, let's go.
So yeah, should we get like a room just to do this in? Or
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Sure. I get up and I go over to the bartender. I just
He sort
got
of
any
just looks at you,
rooms.
holds up 2 fingers.
has he
how
been
many
listening
folk-
in?
How many folk can fit in one?
He sort of shrugs and holds up 3 fingers, then like puts his hands together and like gestures for like sleep, you know?
Okay,
3 beds.
we'll take both.
Thumbs up, then 2 fingers.
I give him 2 platinum. I don't have any gold.
He sort of looks at it. He looks at it, shakes his head, and slides the platinum back towards you. Holds up 2 fingers.
I give him
2 gold.
2 silver.
Thumbs up, takes it.
All right, that was fine then.
Heads over, takes out 2 keys, gives them to you. Points to a small
Thank
stairwell
you.
at the end. So points to the door, actually, and then gestures as if there's a stairwell just past it, which you saw on the way in.
Thank you very much. Nice doing business with you.
Thumbs up.
No need for breakfast, by the way.
Thumbs up.
And I'm just gonna head back over and hold up the keys.
Okay.
So see, I got us 2 rooms.
We only needed 1. That's whatever. Let's do
We
this, I
only
guess.
needed 1, but it would have looked a bit dodgy, right?
I thought we
Wait,
established
that's,
it didn't matter how it looked. Should we just go?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh well, only 2 silver anyway.
That's very cheap.
Okay. So you guys head on to the heading over to the stairs. You have to walk past the bouncer. As you do so, the princess just slips a coin of some description, by the look of it, into his the pocket on this suit. It's not the best suit. He's got a breast pocket on his suit. Just slips a coin in there, just as she walks past.
He suddenly wakes up like some sort of automaton.
He starts singing because she turned the jukebox on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
Out
so
to
I
the
guess
bouncer.
we all head upstairs as if we're heading into the
Sure.
biggest orgy this place has ever seen.
You head up to the 2 rooms.
You don't know
Pretty
if it's
small,
big.
3 very not good looking beds in the corner.
Okay.
In one of them, I assume you only just bother by going into one of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess if everyone's in, I speak the command word. So that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
And what do you say again to activate this thing?
Flogel flip.
You sure?
To me last time.
Okay, I say it.
Okay.
I already forgot what he said, so.
Flogel flip.
Well done, Rick. Fucking hell.
What do you say, Rick?
Flugel flip.
Okay.
Jesus.
You sort of hold a hand. Flugel flip? Where are you thinking of?
Millicani.
Okay. The air in front of you begins to shimmer and bend as it opens up in the shape of an archway. Doors sort of opening outwards. You see through to the far side. There's a dark room, pitch black. It's just the light spilling through from the room you're in. The door is open.
Okay, I put my mask on and go through.
Yep. Can put my mask on and go through.
These guys do that. You see the princess sort of put the mask over her face. Look at her, very confused. It's been like half a minute trying to tie it behind the back of her head, and then steps.
She struggles for like 10 seconds or longer. I'm just going to be, oh, for bloody... I just go up and do it for her.
Yeah. She looks sort of sheepish as you do that, and then steps cautiously through. Is it like very, very carefully through?
I'll fiddle with my hair and step through.
You see Coghammer fiddle with his hair, step through, then fiddle with his hair some more. He doesn't bother putting on a mask.
Why is your face not melted?
Aha! Told you it was a nice scrub.
Does his face look any cleaner?
A little bit, maybe.
Well,
It's hard to tell.
yeah, right.
I'm so
It's hard to tell through all the
confused.
dirt.
As you look around after a brief moment, and the gateway goes out. Where are we?
Near Milikadi somewhere? Is there a door somewhere here?
You're in what appears to be a small cave.
Oh.
There's a few mushrooms growing around, and you can see this shaft, natural by the look of it, through which rain is pouring down. Well, dripping gently. It's a little more than drizzle. And then after a brief moment, there's a sloosh as just this kind of sheet of water just slaps into the stone floor, and you hear the princess sort of startle away from it, as both her and Pandal are completely blind in the darkness.
I've relit up my ring
Okay, as you do that,
as
she
we went through.
steps a little close to you, to the light. Yeah, in that case, then you see this sort of sheet of water that just sort of splash down and just splatter across the floor. Smells a bit salty.
Uh-huh. Okay. So that's seawater, I assume? Let's get out of here, quickly.
Alright then. So yeah, I guess.
So yeah, is there any way out, apart from like the small shaft upwards?
The small shaft does appear to be the only way out, but as you go over to sort of inspect it, you do see ladder rungs. Like iron rungs of a ladder that have just been driven into the side of it.
Okay.
They're rusty and old, but they're there.
I'll cast light on my little bouncy cog and toss it up the shaft.
Okay. You do that, and it's dong, 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 and you see it going up. And then, and you see it sort of illuminate this shaft. You can see these ladder rungs all the way up, before eventually it sort of stops, slows, and begins to fall back down directly towards you. It appears to go up maybe 100 feet before it opens out into some area. As the cog's falling down, coming down towards you, it's almost splashes down into the sort of, it's not really a puddle, but a kind of damp floor below and back into your hand, and just as it does so, another sheet of water splashes down in front of you guys.
Let's head up quickly. I don't like all that water. Especially salt water. It gets all in my fur. My tails.
That was fine for you. Ain't gonna hurt you.
You're not the one that has to help her clean it off later.
You're not the one that might drown in it.
Listen, you swim long enough in it, you'll learn not to drown, okay? You just need a little more experience, Pandal.
Kinda got you there, Pandal.
I start heading up.
I drown in small puddles. Like, this isn't fair. I have no legs. This is...
Stop
Does
complaining.
Pandal still not have legs?
No, he does.
Wore off ages ago. My feet are now feet and not just stubs.
Wait, you have your leg... Were you lying to me?
Yeah, a little bit.
I I would say I expect better from you, but I really don't. So
Funny though.
I mean,
wasn't
it's
it?
Never
kind
mind.
of par for the course.
I'll just turn to the princess.
Like-
Milady, do you feel like skipping climbing?
How?
Well, let's just give these guys a head start for now.
Okay.
I will be heading up first or
Sure.
second.
Yeah, I'm behind Sauriv.
You guys start heading up.
Yep,
Where it's
I'm
like
just
the
gonna
full
like wait till
upgrade
like 20 feet
experience.
away. Well, the first person is like 20 feet away.
You guys start making your way slowly up these rungs. Every, like, minute or so, if you had to guess, another sheet of water splashes down. It will hit you on the way down. All of you will just sort of splash over you. You end up getting pretty soaked as you climb up this.
I'm
So
make
he
sure
does
me and the
not
princess are not standing in the splash zone.
Yeah. You stand pretty much by the gateway, which is a bit back and slightly higher up, so it's dry. Yeah, you guys climb on up, and you eventually reach the top, and you come out into a cave of some kind. It's pretty obvious why there's water splashing down, because you can see the sea right in front of you.
Yeah, it's like what I expected.
Yeah, as they get close, I'm just gonna do a dimension door right on the edge.
Yeah, that works. Okay.
I was gonna say, can I cast Presto just to check that magic still works?
Yeah, it does.
Would that work actually?
What?
Dimension door? Doesn't have to be a creature smaller than you?
Same or smaller size. I think
Same or
Coghammer's
smaller.
technically medium.
Dwarves are
which is
medium.
dwarf.
Oh right.
Dwarves
Oh,
are
I thought they were
medium.
small.
Nah,
No.
it's only us halflings and the gnomes that are small.
Small is below 4
Right,
feet
okay.
tall.
Don't fucking bully me, Jesus.
Or no.
Small creatures are below 4 feet
Pandal,
tall.
all you need to do is get enough curses that you're above 4 feet.
That is true. I was
Do
like to point
more
out, if I
drugs.
rolled max
I'm not-
on that d12, I could have just been 4 feet now.
Yes.
I'm not that
fine.
far off from a small creature apparently. Khan is only 4'3".
Yep, you are probably smaller than Coghammer.
Yeah, you're shorter than me.
Fucking
Smaller
hell.
than the dwarf.
How tall are you, Coghammer? You're like...
Well, since the spirit grew, made me grow 2 inches, I'm 1 inch taller.
Nice.
Nice.
Felix is like
Coghammer
5 feet, I
has
think.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like fucking massive because he's a fucking lizard folk.
Yeah.
6'6".
Because say you're 6 something, right?
Everyone else is a midget.
Yeah,
Sweven
we
friends.
really are.
Sreven
I
small
will always
That's why we're
remember the
Sauriv
time
friends.
when you were 2 feet tall.
Oh, so yeah, that was funny.
So,
Kobold, Sauriv.
you
Yeah,
guys...
pressed on myself dry.
Okay, yeah, you press yourself dry. You have to sit there and keep prestoing the salt out of your tails and your hair, and it takes like 2 minutes, but eventually you'll get it done.
As soon as the first person grows up. Ah, about time.
Cool. Yeah.
I glare over at him.
So we're by
should-
the sea?
Yeah,
Apparently so.
Yep.
Coghammer, you really shouldn't indulge her like that.
Eh. Didn't feel like climbing, so might as well take someone with me.
That's fair enough.
You couldn't do me.
You're a
Okay.
good climber.
Yeah, I know. I'm
I mean-
fine.
You're not the one with salt in your tails.
Yep.
Sreven
Well, I would
definitely
have
has salt in his
need to
tails.
have tails.
I just kind of
I
like
mean-
my tail
Yeah,
just
but he
kind of
doesn't-
like turns round.
I mean, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Just Sauriv
I
like
know,
twists his
for
tail
what.
so it like rings itself out.
Yeah.
That's the thing Sauriv can do. That's the quickest thing Sauriv can do.
And there's just water everywhere.
I imagine.
He has started the
The
tails.
tail thinks it threatens and it falls off.
Yeah, oh my god.
Don't worry, it'll grow back in a week.
Yeah, so, you find yourself at a small cave. It doesn't appear to go back any further, really. And you guys are like 5-10 feet. and you can see out to the sea. You can see quite a distance away from you is another shoreline. And you see a sort of flickering dome that covers over where you are and over further. You see waves, huge waves, crashing against it. But it appears otherwise unhindered, flickering sort of cyan blue light every now and then, giving the sky a slightly strange colour. Especially as it's almost, it would be slightly earlier, actually. It would be about an hour and a bit earlier than when you left, so it's about sort of half four, 5. Sorry, it's about 5:30, so it'll be getting dark soon, but not quite yet.
By the way, I would probably know that the level of flux on Milakadi is pretty high, right? Amount of flux.
You're aware that there is a lot of flux outside of Milakadi. Go ahead and roll a memory check, so pure intelligence. 17. You know that there's an awful lot of flux outside the dome, but inside there's almost none.
Oh yeah. I guess we should probably watch out with magic around here, guys, because outside of that dome there's a lot of flux.
Well, I've heard it didn't work in here, but apparently it does, so it's news to me.
I mean, that dome is supposed to keep most of the flux out, I believe. I mean, magic does work here, but I think you just have like bad side effects. Costs a lot.
From what I've heard, it's extremely intermittent. You shouldn't rely on it.
Fair enough.
How far away is the shoreline? And how far away is like the sea level?
Let me measure things. The shoreline looks about 30 miles away.
Jesus.
Wait, we can see it?
Yes.
It's quite surprising, actually.
Yes.
Well, I know how I can get over, but I'm not sure about you guys.
Isn't
I mean, I can swim.
it
Maybe not
appears
far, but...
it appears to be the shoreline. Like you guys are inside the dome.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking of this backwards. You're inside the dome,
Yes,
looking,
I
and
was
you can see
thinking
the
of it
outside.
backwards.
You can see the inside of the dome, and then like through it.
I was like, we saw a sea and then a shoreline with the dome on it.
Mm-mm.
That's how I imagined it.
The dome is between you and the sea. Much rougher sea outside the dome.
Well, we should probably see if we can find the city, I guess.
Yeah, do you have a method
Sure.
of
Might
going
as
about
well.
doing that? You want?
I don't think that's going to be too hard. As you guys are looking out and sort of discussing things, the princess has wandered slightly out of the cave and is looking up at something.
I join her and look up.
Yes, yeah, follow.
Yeah, I'll follow.
You see a very large, sort of yellow sand, sort of yellow sandstone sort of wall. You only really see the top of it. It's just slightly past, a little bit inland. You can kind of just see the top of it from this angle. It's maybe 3 stories tall by the look of it, if you had to guess. You see sort of crenellations across the top and appears to stretch on either side.
Oh yeah, I guess we found it. Well, now we just need to get into the city. You thought it was going to be a problem, you said, right?
Well, I didn't think we could teleport into the dome. Usually magic doesn't work in here, but
Yeah,
I don't know what you did. I've never seen that spell before.
I mean, it's not really a spell, I think. Supposedly it's very ancient.
Oh. Maybe that's why? I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know much about magic, really. I suppose I'm going to have to learn.
Yeah. I mean, fun, magic.
Yeah. Here, we should, well, should we? I don't know. You're the adventurous one, Miss Peters.
Yeah, we should go, probably.
Wait, so is Peters your real last name, or is that so?
No, Peters isn't her real last name.
It isn't?
No?
I look confused. Wait, hold on. Actually,
You've
Yargon-
forgotten your own name.
no,
Fucking
I haven't.
hell.
But it's backstory stuff. I have.
Yeah, no, he
Princess
hasn't.
is your sister.
He hasn't forgotten anything.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this is something I'm
Good.
supposed to know or supposed not to know, or if Akane would know it, but.
The
Lied
confusion's
us to
genuine.
about this as well.
Um,
You have more tails than ears. What is this?
I began looking for more tails and eels.
So do I.
what?
Guys, keep off me.
Do I find any more tails on ears?
Not more than you're expecting?
She's clean.
Hmm.
Right.
Yep, that's what happens when you avoid the seaweed.
Yeah, that's fair. I asked for that one. Pretty good.
Well, we should get going.
What do you mean, though? That is... What?
I thought you knew. If Sibur didn't tell you, then he shouldn't. I probably shouldn't tell you.
Well, you've already started, so at this
Yeah.
point it's just rude, ain't it?
If you want to tell us who Uber is along the way, that'd be great.
I mean, he's my old teacher. He basically taught me everything before I went to Korea.
Ah, fair.
Oh, okay.
Akane Mesei Yuki Aiko Saki Raiko Peters. I think,
What?
if I remember correctly.
Can I get that in written format?
Name of the person was supposed to be finding her in written format because I asked you like ages ago and you didn't give it to me, and I still have a blank
Oh.
spot on my note.
Wait, the person
Where?
that you're looking for here?
Yes, that person.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say that.
Oh, I didn't. I put it in chat. But you couldn't miss it. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wasn't lying
that
there.
was at 9:05 p.m.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Now 9:47. That was quite a while ago.
There you go.
Wow, Yargon ghosting me yet again.
Yes.
Fasana, where was it from again?
Ultimate dinghy.
That's the one you're looking for. The person you're looking for.
Oh, yes. So, wow.
Should we get going?
Yeah.
Sure, let's go.
She looks very confused. As Fate clearly trying to puzzle this out.
Ah, you can figure it out on the way. I'm just gonna pat her at the back
Sure.
as we walk.
Lose 5 hit points.
5? You mean 7. So, you find a...
Well, if it's 1 plus strength, it would be 6. You're both wrong. Ha!
Check and all mate.
So, you find a, sort of lower down area where you can kind of scramble up. It is a bit of a scramble to get up onto this kind of outcropping of an island. It's about...
The word is liege. Fuck.
There we go. Yes, it is.
Took me this long, but we got there.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I came to that realization.
Oh, I just Oh,
So
I was
sorry,
like,
everybody.
wait, what's he talking about? Outcrop of land? Leech? Fuck. Yeah, oh, that moment.
I'm kind of tempted to have shifty yellow text, the snarky yellow text, be like, skip to this time, it'll take him this long, but I cannot be bothered to edit it, so we're not.
That's
No, do it. You've said it. It has to happen.
yeah, you said it can.
That's not how this works.
Snarky
Put it
yellow
in-
text,
put it
blame
in canon
Yargon for
chat.
your pain in the future.
Snarky yellow text doesn't exist.
Snarky yellow text exists in our
The
hearts.
snarky yellow text is a lie.
The snarky yellow text does not exist on this episode because it's an even-numbered episode. Sorry. Can't help you.
Shut the fuck up. And second of all, I'm so sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to interrupt. Got really passionate about that really quick.
Snarky yellow text
So, yeah.
has feelings too.
Hashtag snarky yellow
Yeah,
text has
snarky.
feelings too.
Yellow text lives matter.
Why do I play D&D with you people?
Why do
You
you?
love us.
That's a
No,
very good question.
Just you love us.
I don't know. And I regret it. So,
Because I pay you.
yeah, you find a sort of outcropping-y type area that you can make your way up onto this kind of really rough island. It does not look like the nicest place, to be honest, and everything has a slightly weird colour to it because the vaguely, very faint cyan hue given to it by the kind of the magic arcane dome over the top. And as you sort of begin to make your way around what you assume the city is the city towards where you can see a gateway a ways off. I'm sorry, Akane, I shouldn't tell you anything. I don't...
Okay, we just got you out of like
Yeah, I guess.
Your-
I don't know
your
myself
father's
anymore.
grasps. It's
Oh,
kind of
we're not
rude.
we're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, but the
Listen, if shit goes down, we can stop it, alright? Won't be the first time.
I mean, as long as the last one doesn't show up.
Yeah, use a gun.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know after all.
Right, okay. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say anything. And
Why not?
well, for one, I don't actually know anymore. But
That's extremely helpful.
I don't know why he'd keep your real name from you.
I don't know either.
But I'm sure he has his reasons.
How did you contact him? Like, is there a way I could contact him, or did you know of?
No, I don't know of a way. We had a scroll of sending. but
Ah,
Contact him. Maybe Fazana has something?
yeah. We should probably
Who?
find her.
Fazana. She runs the library here.
I was about to say, do you have another sister that I don't know about?
No, Fazana the learned one. She runs the library here.
Because I'm pretty certain this is the first
Wait.
time Felix has heard about really, like, outside of when she finally told
Wait.
him about the letter.
Yeah.
Felix actually has told her about, like,
Fazana
her
the Learned.
sibling.
The book.
Like, do I need to get a bigger, like, kitchen or something? Do
Coghammer,
I have a whole... Do you have a whole estranged family coming over that I need to prepare a dinner for or something?
Who is he saying this to?
Akane, who else?
Oh, I have a sister.
Princess?
Yeah,
What?
sorry,
What was-
my
what was
sister
the
will totally
name?
get along with your sister. This
He
is gonna go
noticed.
well.
Her name is Fazana the learned one? She runs the library here.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not the only one who noticed.
No,
Tom
I
Cameron,
wasn't
do you know
sure
this?
and went to check in my notes because I know there were like two names, and one was the wrong name, which I
Yeah,
still.
as soon as I heard the learned one, I'm like,
Yeah.
I
was
recognize
like,
that.
wait, is it the right the name of the book or was it the wrong name of the book?
Yeah.
Wait.
That's what I was checking as
The
well.
Wait, what book again?
The
Oh
book
shit,
of the
that's
right
right.
power.
Oh god, I forgot that was something we were supposed to
Coghammer's
do.
learned to get
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
up.
The book that's like 90% of my notes.
Cherry and
Wait,
his definitely extensive
so-
notes.
I mean, I recognize it without any notes, so ha.
I mean, I recognize it,
Fair
I just
enough.
wasn't sure if it was.
Yeah, I was
the
checking
actual
as well.
right name.
We don't have
I
party
then
notes,
realised
damn it.
I would have misspelled it either way because I haven't had that name in writing before.
So you have.
I haven't probably misspelled it anyway.
Fair.
Very
So, yeah.
dyslexic.
I've been waiting for someone to notice.
I mean, I noticed immediately. I was like,
Did you? Did you?
it's the second when you put it in writing. I was like, I recognize that.
Yeah.
When you were like, I think we were like Vazana, and I was like, that's like
Savannah.
Savannah. I don't know.
Savannah.
Well, then maybe I'm just bad. But either way, it's like,
So yeah, let's get going then.
yeah.
It's also interesting to see the library, I
Yeah.
guess.
What? Say that again.
Also interesting to see the library, I guess.
Ugh, books.
I
Hey,
thought
it's
you
nothing
were a
wrong with
wizard.
books.
Coghammer's not a
look
wizard,
like-
I love how the wizard hates books and the
Wizards.
sorcerer loves books.
I mean, no, but you do kind of use like arcane spells a lot.
He hits things with a hammer. That's
Yeah,
No
and he
offense,
he
Coghammer.
threw that fireball, or no, that was somebody else. He has a magic hammer.
I
he
have
had a magic
spell,
bow till we teleported it away. Doesn't make you any more of a wizard.
You mean the one on his back?
Wait,
No, no.
That's funny you just telling yourself become GM and point out that's not true.
Both of them.
Cut through that now.
Look, okay, the bow was evil. Okay.
I mean,
I'm not
you
saying
are a
it was
wizard
not.
though, but, right? Like, I mean, you do magic at least, right, Felix? I mean, even if he didn't, he suddenly charmed me, and it just grin over.
We're all painful.
Hold on, I need to.
Like billows.
Okay. There you go. Right.
Wait, what? Did Pandal just vicious mockery himself? What?
No, I was just
Yes.
wanting to see how much damage I Paddle emotionally took from that.
Did Felix even notice? Mac, you still here?
Yeah. What's up? Sorry.
Ghosted you.
Keyboard issues. Space key is fucked on my computer.
Spacing out.
No,
Well,
no, the
basically, I was
space-
like, you do also do magic, right? And well, even if you did it, he suddenly charmed me, something like that. And then Vom rolled vicious mockery at himself.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's funny. Fuck
Well-
you.
I realise we haven't taken a break.
We can go without breaks.
Yeah.
There's no breaks on this train.
Got about like an hour left, I think.
Yeah.
Right, Mac?
yes. Yes.
Well, in that case,
Around-
can we take a real quick break here? Because I need to go for a moment.
Grab a quickie. Okay.
Catch us in the next part.